Let me tell you about a message that one of my community members sent me this week. She said, I keep getting notices from a labor law entity saying I could be fined if I don't hang a labor law poster in my business. Want me to send them $110. Do I have to do this? And the truth is, this is something that happens to almost every new business owner. Once you start the business, you begin getting phone calls, emails, and letters that sound official telling you something's wrong, something is missing, and something needs to be fixed immediately. And if you're new to business, that feels really scary when it happens. So, today I want to talk to you about the most common emails and phone calls new business owners receive, including myself, how to spot the red flags, and what you should actually ignore so you don't waste money or feel pressured. And really quick, before we dive in, I wanted to remind you because it's my birthday month, I'm offering $100 off any course inside the Pro Organizers Academy. So if you've been thinking about learning how to start your business, create your website, how to work with clients as an organizer, or how to simplify your marketing as an organizer, then go to proorganizersacademy.com and use the code birthday in all caps to get $100 off any course through March 31st. All right, now let's talk about these calls and emails that start showing up when you open your business. I'm Samantha Brown, professional organizer, decluttering specialist, and business coach. I created Pro Organizers Coach podcast to empower you to reach new heights in your business. I am on a mission to build a supportive sisterhood of passionate professional organizers. So whether you're a seasoned pro or you're just getting started, this podcast is for you. Hey friends, welcome back to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. Today's episode actually came from a question that one of the women inside of the Pro Organizers group coaching community sent me. And this is one of the things that I honestly love so much about the community. When you're inside the membership, you are not building your business alone. You can message me directly. You can ask the other women inside of the community anytime that something confusing comes up in your business. Sometimes it's a client situation. Sometimes it's a marketing question. And sometimes it's something like this: a strange email, phone call, or notice that shows up and makes you wonder if you're missing something important or doing something wrong. And honestly, these kinds of questions come up all the time when someone is just getting started in business. So let's talk about why these calls and emails start happening. So once you register a business, some of your information becomes public record. That includes your business name, your phone number, your mailing address, and sometimes your email. Companies, and unfortunately people trying to scam us, can access that information. And once they do, you may start receiving the calls and emails and letters. Some of these are simply companies just trying to sell services, but many are designed to sound urgent or official, which can make new business owners panic. So let's talk about a few of the common ones that I've seen, not just through the ladies or through my own experience, but just in general, these seem to pop up pretty often. So example number one is the labor law, like I was saying that my member received. This is a message that my community member received, and these notices often say something like, you could be fined if you don't display labor law posters in your workplace. But here's the important thing to understand. Most organizers are solopreneurs working from home and do not have employees. So labor law posters are typically required for businesses that have employees in a workplace. not for someone running a solo service-based business. These companies send these notices hoping you'll send money quickly because the message sounds scary. But most of the time, you just need to ignore them and you definitely do not need to send them any money. Example number two is one that actually happened to me. It happened to so many members inside of the community at one point that we were actually joking, kind of like, where in the world's Waldo? Do you remember that like thing from back when we were kids? So instead of where in the world's Waldo or where's Waldo, it was where's, I think she just always said her name was Anna or something. But it's an email from someone named Anna, quote unquote. And she says, I'm moving to your town and I'm moving into this house, gives the address of the house she's supposedly moving into. And then she says, but I'm deaf and so I can't get on a phone call, which is definitely not true because most of those people that are deaf typically have a service where they can do phone calls and they're able to have someone sign for them. So first off, that's, not true. But then she goes on to say she needs a quote, and I don't know how this is a scam or what that person is getting from the information. I really don't, because when I first got it, I thought it was an actual quote because I had just opened or an actual person reaching out for a quote. Because I had just opened my business and I remember sitting there like trying to answer their questions and get back a hold of them. And so if you get an email like that, ignore it. It is some kind of scam and I'm not really sure what they're getting from it, but it's definitely not a legit person or potential client. And with that being said, I did want to mention if something feels off, trust your instincts, please, because as a female in business and just as a business owner in general, especially new businesses, people are going to try to take advantage of you in some way, shape, or form, unfortunately. And so that's why having a community and having support from someone who's been there or women who are going through the exact same thing, that's why it's so important. So, example number three is you're going to and certainly receive either a call or an email about your Google business listing and how it's not verified. Now, if you've gone through my courses and you are in my community, you know I'm all about building up your Google business profile. It is essential to running a local service based business and getting clients for the long term. Now, when that happens, because they still to this day will send them to me, and I have almost 85-star reviews. I know my Google business is verified. I know I can see it. But when you're first starting out, this sounds scary. You're like, oh my gosh, well, is it actually verified? Is it not? Which is why having a roadmap, like the roadmap I've set up in the academy for you of going through the courses and then having support in the community is so essential because it's little mistakes like that or little things like that that can get you very stressed out. It can get you in the hole. I know one lady reached out to me and I was talking to her, and hers was actually, I think it was maybe Angie's List or one of those type of lead places that they talked her into spending like $2,500 just to get started. That is ridiculous. You should not be doing anything like that in the beginning, the way that she did it, which was turn on all these zip codes, get all these leads in, and then not even be able to answer it or know what you're looking at on the back end. And so just be aware that you do not have to do what anyone tells you. And so either your Google business is not verified, or the other one that you're going to hear or may receive a little often is we've noticed issues with your website. And they may be offering to build a website for you. Typically, the cost is anywhere between 2 to 5,000 is what they end up quoting you. And my biggest problem isn't even the price. Now, the price, that's ridiculous. But many times you won't know how to edit your website once they get it done for you. You won't have full access to your website, and you'll have to pay them anytime that you want changes made, which is ridiculous. And that can leave you as a business owner feeling stuck. The other thing is SEO companies. So you are going to hear about your SEO, whether it's companies that call or email you saying that, they can get you to the top of the Google listings, or they can improve your rankings, or they can bring you more clients by improving your website SEO. Anything around SEO typically ends up being extremely expensive for those services. And honestly, most of you are new business owners. You don't need to pay that money for someone else to do your SEO when you're first starting out. So, what you should do instead is go into the academy, because I teach you the things that you actually need to know to build your organizing business. And that includes inside of my website course, I show you step by step how to create your own website. You will know how to edit it. You will understand how it works. And you will have an actual website that speaks to your ideal client, not just some standard website that some other person that doesn't understand the organizing industry or how to talk to our clients created for you. I also, if you're someone that prefers help or for it to just be done for you, I recently just added inside of the website course a done for you option. And so if you're someone that wants it done for you, once you purchase the website course, which at this moment is $247, and if you use the birthday code in March, that's actually only $147. Then inside of the course, I have a link where you will meet with me, and for an additional $200, I will do your entire website for you, because I hate that these people are out there trying to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars, and then your website isn't even yours. Another company owns it half the time. So you have to be very careful the way you set up your business foundations. And that's why I am so passionate about this, is because I've seen my members before my courses were created, or people that come to me after they've already purchased a website or purchased whatever from whomever. And the stories I hear are ridiculous about the amount of money they paid, about what happened on the back end, and how they don't even own any of it. Like, it's just ridiculous. And so I do this because I am called to this, and I am passionate about helping you start your business for as affordable as possible, because obviously it takes my time. So I'm still running a business and have to, do the podcast, the YouTube channel, and all the things to get the word out. But I truly am here to help you. And so I make it as affordable as I possibly can for you, because when you're first starting a business, you should not have to fork out all kinds of money left and right just because you think you should, or because someone called you on the phone and said, "Oh, you have to have this for your business or you won't succeed." That's ridiculous. It's peer pressure and I hate it. Okay, so that's also why community matters, because being in a community of other organizers that have walked through these things, they have dealt with the stuff that you are dealing with. And so then you get guidance. So you can ask questions, share your screenshots, and then hear from them who've experienced the same thing inside of the community. And sometimes that simple conversation can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because it is something that I am seeing all the time. And I am sick of seeing everyone stressed out about how to start their business, all the questions, but then other people taking advantage of them. And I know how much I was taken advantage of in the beginning. I know how much that I didn't know what I was doing, which is why I've created this step by step roadmap for you at proorganizersacademy.com. So, my rule that I have developed over the years is, if a phone call, an email, a whatever, if it makes you feel pressured, rushed, or scared, I want you to pause. You never have to make a decision in that moment. Instead, I want you to say something like, "Thank you. I'll look into it and get back to you." And then hang up. Do your own research. Google the company, look up reviews, check with other organizers, or ask inside of the community. And most of the time, you will discover whatever that thing was that they're trying to pressure you about, it wasn't necessary at all. It wasn't even something that you should even think about or spend the time thinking about. And then what I want you to focus on instead, and the things that I want you to remember when you are building your professional organizing business, there are very few things that you actually need at the beginning. You don't need expensive marketing packages where someone's going to come in and, for $5,000 a month, get you all these Instagram followers or whatever that looks like. You don't need complicated systems and you don't need fancy services that people are trying to sell you. What you really need is simple. You need a clear service, a way for clients to contact you, visibility in your community, and confidence in what you offer. You need to know the steps that you need to take to get to having your business foundations laid out. And then you need to know that you have a group of women supporting you. And that's it. Everything else can come later and you can figure it out as you go. So, if you are just starting your organizing business and the phone calls start coming in, just remember this. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Not every urgent request is actually urgent. And if it sounds too good to be true, pause. If someone is trying to scare you, pause. Give yourself the space to research and make wise decisions for you and your business because you are building something meaningful and you deserve to build it with clarity, confidence, and peace, not pressure. So, if you're in the early stages of starting your business and you want a simple step-by-step guide to build it the right way, I would love to help you. Inside of the Pro Organizers Academy, I walk you through everything you need to know: how to start your organizing business, how to create your website in 5 days, how to work with clients as a professional organizer, and how to simply market your organizing business. Because for a lot of us, we feel like we have to do all this social media and all of these things. You're not a content creator. You are a local service-based business, and I need you to remember that. But before I go, I also wanted to say, please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you if you have received any of these phone calls or emails or letters. Comment below and let me know because I want to know what's going on and what's happening to you in your business. So I will see you in the next episode. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss a single thing that comes out from us here at the Pro Organizers Coach podcast.